Cool. Oh my God, hey. Hey, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. Let's try this. Woohoo! There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Cool. Amazing. Hello, everybody. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Do I need my glasses? No, I think I can read. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hi, Liam. Liam, you just read my article in Musicals magazine. I have one here. There you go. I've written an article in Musicals magazine, everyone. I've talked about this on Instagram and TikTok, but I haven't really told YouTube yet, but I'm very proud of this. I got to write this article in Musicals magazine. Thank you, Liam. That's very kind of you. Hello, everybody. Oh my God, hey. Oh my God, hey to you all. Good morning to those of you in the UK. Good middle of the night to those of you in the US. Hello, Tim. Tim, I've seen your tweet. There should be a press release coming your way. Thank you for getting in touch. Hello, everyone. Do we want to go live on Instagram at the same time? Is that too much? Is that wild? I don't know. How's everybody doing this morning? Where are you joining me from? Are you seeing theatre today? I'm seeing theatre today. I'm seeing 2 shows today. I'm very excited. Hello, everybody. My name is Jen. What's yours? Do you know what I always hear when I say it like that? Say, hello, everybody. I don't know, let's play a game. What song is this? I told you I could make a rhyme out of, oh, it's The Name Game, but it's specifically Jessica Lange singing The Name Game, an American Horror Story. Anyway, random reference. I'm good, Liam. I am well, Liam. Thank you for asking. I'm very warm. Yay, Tim, you've had the press release. Fantastic. Good evening from Australia. Good evening, Australia. There you go. Do you know it's the one time zone in the world I just well, it's not the one time zone in the world. There are several that I absolutely cannot get to grips with. My parents went to Australia for 2 weeks a couple Septembers ago. Just couldn't cope with it. Could not work. I was constantly calling them at different times of day. Like, is this better? I don't know. Could not figure it out. So there you go. Joining from the Western Isles in Scotland. How fun! How fun! Do you have the nice fluffy cows where you are? Is that a Scottish generalization? I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see more of Scotland. I'm going back to Edinburgh in a matter of days. Isn't that exciting? And there will be so many vlogs and there'll be so many reviews. Get ready for all of the Edinburgh Fringe content. There will be plenty, do not worry. But I always get to see, and I feel like I'm not really seeing Edinburgh either, because I'm only seeing Edinburgh during the Fringe, which is, if you know, it takes time. Because I've been to Edinburgh before without the Fringe, and it becomes a whole different thing. And I don't really get to see it. I'll be staying in Leith for part of it, so that'll be nice. But again, I don't think I'll really see much of it. Are you reviewing a chorus line? I'm seeing it on Saturday. I think I'm reviewing it, but I don't really know. I'm going to an event, and I'm just not sure. I think it's officially open. I can't review it if it's in previews. That's the thing, and I don't know if it's open by then. I guess because it's been in Leicester already, it's probably open by then. I believe I'm reviewing it. Yes, Joe. I think so. And as you may remember, I loved it at Curve when I saw it a few Christmases ago. Loving the haircut. Thank you so much. Apologies for shocking anyone who hasn't seen my hair yet. Do you know, it got to the point where I just had so much of it and it was so warm and it was taking like an hour of my day every day to like wash the hair and style the hair and like do something with it, and it was constantly in my face. And so I was like, just cut it all off my head. And particularly for the Edinburgh Fringe, where I'm going to be seeing an average of 7 shows a day, sometimes more, I'm really looking forward to waking up and just like washing my head really quickly with like soap and then going on my way. And it's, like I said, it's really warm right now in the UK. I was boiling to death in New York, and I'm enjoying it very much. And I feel like everyone ought to know what their head looks like, because I was very concerned. I was like, what if I have a terrible shaped head? And I quite like the shape of my head. I've got a crown at the front here, so it looks like the hair is longer here. It's not, it's just darker because it's growing out there, and it's about to get real tufty when that grows out. Seeing MJ and Mean Girls today. That's a high energy West End day. That is a high energy day. Red and pink. Melting in Leicester. I feel for you, Joe. I feel for you. Who haven't I said hello to? Morning from New York. That's a very early morning from you in New York. Good morning to you. Hoping you're well. Dying in Birmingham. I've got 2 rehearsals today, so that will be a joy. Enjoy. What are you rehearsing for, if you don't mind telling us? I'm intrigued. Good morning from the Isle of Man. Good morning. Good morning on the Isle of Man. We have some Highland cows. Also, are you going to see burlesque? I don't have concrete plans to yet, but I'm desperate to. And I have said that to some of the cast as well. I've heard good things, and I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued to go and see it. Hi, Mickey Jo. I'm looking forward to the live stream of your show. Thank you so much. And thank you for getting me back on message, because that is what I'm here to talk about today. And that is what we are live streaming about, because my live show is coming back. MickeyJoTheatre Live is returning to the Phoenix Arts Club in London, which is very fun. And it's going to be a monthly residency, which is super exciting. So I'm going to be back there every month with different West End guests talking about that month's theatre news, the shows that I've just seen, the stuff that's coming up. And you can get your tickets right now for September, October, and November. The October date is Musical Con weekend, so you can spend all weekend in Musical Con, and then on the Sunday evening, there aren't that many shows on in the West End, unless you're going to see 6 or something. You can come and see Mickey Jo live, and I'll have some fun performer guests who maybe also will have been at Musical Con. So lots to look forward to. Guests to be announced subsequently. But as well as that, if you aren't based in London, if you can't make it to London, if you can't do a Sunday evening, if you are international somewhere, then it's also going to be live streamed, and you can get your live stream tickets right now as well. There should be a link in the description of this video, but it's from the Phoenix Arts Club website, or from my new website, ohmygodhey.com. There you go. That's all the spiel I needed to do. Let's check in with some more messages. Sarah is seeing Fangirls on Saturday and Slave Play next week. 2 very different shows, but both shows I enjoyed, and I hope that you do as well. There you go. Both have their wild moments, I will say. Slave Play, not more, wild in different ways, but both wild. There is shock value to be had in both. I'm rehearsing for Bugsy Malone and a concert that I'm doing with my 2 Amdram performances. Amazing. Amazing. Liam, that's so cool. I hope it goes really well. Break all the legs. Has anyone seen that thing that's going around on Instagram with the 50 different shows and you tick off all the ones you've seen? Bugsy Malone is my only one. I've never seen Bugsy Malone live, and that's the only one on the list I haven't seen. I was foolishly like, I'm going to be able to tick all of these. I haven't seen Bugsy Malone. I never saw that tour that was going around. Yeah, Tim, feel free to email me. Feel free to email me, and I will do my best. I'm about to be I mean, I'm already drowning in Edinburgh Fringe stuff, but email me, and then I can read it and we can chat. I would have watched your show if it was free. I don't know what that means, but thank you, I think. I don't know. You should come and see our production. In Birmingham? When? Give me a when, and I will let you know, because I'm going to be up and down from Birmingham a little bit later this year at very specific times. Got to see Wicked for the first time back in May. Sarah O'Connor is a riot as Glinda. I bet she is. I bet she is. I bet she's fantastic. I saw her as Anna in Frozen, and I would love to go see the Wicked tour. I've never seen Wicked on tour in the UK. I've only ever seen it in London. Are you going to West End Woofs? Sadly not. I will be in Edinburgh doing all things Edinburgh Fringe, or celebrating Aaron James's birthday, which is also in the middle of August. But sadly can't make West End Woofs, but had a delightful time last time. I mean, Elaine Page, Bernadette Peters, and dogs and cats. What more could you need? Honestly, what more could you need? Oh, good question. And thank you for the super chat. What show needs a bold revival like Sunset? That's a really interesting question. I mean, I think Sondheim musicals always lend themselves very well to this, like the Sweeney Todds and the Into the Woodses of this world. But there are a lot of shows that just never get that kind of treatment. And I'm very, oh, that's really, let me know what you all think in the comments as well, because I'm really intrigued by that. What show could do with like a really bold, like Mamma Mia, but it's in an asylum, like that kind of a thing. Not that as an example, but oh, I want to spend some time thinking about this now. Liam, 19th to 21st September 2024. I will make a note. I will let you know. Have you been to Theatre Royal Brighton? Yes, I saw Mother Goose, the pantomime with Serene McKellen there. Only time I've been. I used to live closer to it than I do. Hello, Ellie Talks Theatre. How are you today on this fine July, August? It's August. There you go. It's the 1st. There you go. Tired and hot. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? What show needs a bold revival like Sunset? I mean, I've always thought about a production of like Into the Woods that's in like a nursery, but also there's some sort of a dark subversive element. Hair is a great one. Hair is a great one because that's quite abstract to begin with. Great shout, Susan. Parade could work. Parade could work. Parade could work. And then you do something sort of, even though it's a historic story, if you do something brutally modern to make a point about like ongoing anti-Semitism and injustice and prejudice, intriguing. Great ideas coming through. But there always needs to be some sort of a connecting reason, I think. Like I'm very shortly going to be sharing my review of Cats in New York with you because I went to go see Cats, and I had plenty to say. I filmed a review for an hour and 13 minutes. It'll edit down to like 40, but there has to be a good reason for connecting a show when you're recontextualizing it like that or reframing it. There has to be a reason, I think, and Sunset Boulevard has one, and the best revivals do. So as long as there's some sort of a connection, like why are you putting this story in this place? What are you trying to tell? Because Cats is a story just about this like feline community, I guess, and how they eventually embrace all the members of their community, even the ones that were previously shunned, like Grisabella. And I lost my train of thought. Oh, the ballroom community, the LGBTQ plus community. There's it resonates with that same message, right? Would you ever do a UK meetup like the ones in NYC? Stay tuned. Yes. And I know exactly where to do it. And it's probably going to be before my first live show, which is going to be in September on the 22nd. For anyone just joining us, I am here to let you know my live show is coming back, MickeyJoTheatre Live, monthly cabaret West End chat show with different performer guests every month. Are you coming to Mischief Movie Night? I don't know, because August is all about the Edinburgh Fringe for me. And so I don't know. Archie, you love the new background. Thank you. I've been meaning to put these all, I can't work out which way my head needs to go. There we go. I've been meaning to put these up for ages. That I've had for as long as we've been in this flat, actually. That is a map of Belleville signed by the original cast of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella. I'm not even joking. That is a signed Broadway Beetlejuice window card. That's from Hercules in Hamburg. These are some of our signed playbills. There are more up there that you can't see. Little photos of Aaron and I with friends at events. But yeah, been meaning to put it up for the longest time. I've missed some questions back here. What do we have? Ames, no shows today, but seeing Spirited Away in a couple of weeks. So excited, as you should be. It's a very exciting piece of theatre. Are there any confirmed or rumoured shows you're excited for in 2025? Lots being talked about for New York in 2025. What's happening in London in 2025? I mean, Hercules is coming over. That's kind of like the big ticket one at the moment. What else am I excited for in 2025? That's a really good question. I'm excited for Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812 at the Donmar Warehouse which is starting later this year, but will go into 2025. What else? What else am I excited for? There are rumors we might be getting the Sondheim musical, Here We Are, the last ever Stephen Sondheim musical, which famously I did not enjoy off Broadway, but I feel like I need to give a second chance because my expectations were in the wrong place. I wanted something different than what it was, and I think if I go into it and maybe watch the films it's based on beforehand, knowing what to expect, maybe I'll enjoy it a lot more. We'll see. We'll see. Who else do we have? Hello, everybody. I'm considering tickets to buy for my cousin's 18th. I have a feeling fangirls might speak to her. It's very fun. It's very fun. That's a great show for an 18-year-old, I think. Because it's not like pandering teenage either. It feels like, and it doesn't infantilize the teenagers. Babies did a similar thing, where it treats them like people, and kind of a lot of the show is about like learning to respect the adolescent voice and the legitimacy of their feelings and their emotions and their passions and their interests and their enthusiasms. So yeah, go see Fangirls, and it turns into a concert as well. Have you seen Devil Wears Prada yet? It surpassed my expectations for sure. I'm hearing good things, and I'm excited to be hearing good things. I'm not allowed to go see it yet, or I'll be arrested. No, I'm joking. But they're doing developmental previews of it down in Plymouth in the UK right now, if anyone didn't know. And it's going to come to London at the end of the year. At that point, they will have press performances, and then I can go see it and review it. Sometimes I go to previews with a different mindset, but I want to wait and let them do the work. They've gone to Plymouth to hide, basically, and I'm not going to chase them. I'm going to let them wait and then come back to London when they're ready to, and then I will go see the show, but I cannot wait. I was meant to be seeing City of Angels with Vanessa Williams in the West End, and I had tickets for like a week, like the very end of March 2020. We all know what happened in March 2020. I did not get to see that production because it never came back. Thrilled to see her on stage. She is an icon and a legend, and she is the moment. OMG Cats. Yes, I will be reviewing Cats. I've already filmed it. It's mostly edited, but it's one of the many videos that I'm scheduling to go out while I'm in Edinburgh, because while I'm in Edinburgh, I'm there for 2 weeks. I'm seeing anywhere between 7 and 9 shows a day. So I just need to get a bunch of videos ready now to just go out in the meantime, so you're not starved for content. Ellie says, will I once again be on the merch stand? I guess you'll need to book tickets to find out. Book tickets, and maybe you'll get to meet Ellie Talks Theatre selling merch. Who knows? I don't know. She doesn't know. Someone knows, or no one. Speaking of cats, I'm currently with my 2 kittens in the car just after their vaccine boosters. Oh, I hope they're okay. Say hello to the kittens for me, or I can say it myself. Hello, kittens. Little kittens. Who do you think will be in the NYC cast for Operation Mincemeat? I mean, I don't think they even know at this point, because they're setting out these surveys to try and work out from New York-based theatergoers and US theatergoers whether or not it's important for them to have like a star name, which I don't think would matter if they went off Broadway first to the right small venue. Then they can become a little like cult hit, and it can become a narrative of like, oh, this like British group who wrote this show and brought it to America are amazing, and it would be more authentic. They just need to not try and go straight to Broadway, because then you wouldn't have to ask all these questions. You wouldn't have to worry about like, is the show too British? Do we need star names? Like, if you just go off Broadway first, which is what they did here. This is what's confusing me about Operation Mincemeat's American trajectory, is that they forged such a smart path here. They did the New Diorama Theatre, which is tiny. That's when the commercial producers got involved, and they had this plan that they were going to get to the West End by building word of mouth across the off West End. They went to Southwark Playhouse. They went back to Southwark Playhouse. They went to Riverside Studios. There was, I think, another Southwark Playhouse run in there. There was the New Diorama. They did like 4 or 5 off West End runs in small off West End venues before they went to the Fortune, one of the smallest West End theatres. It was a very cautious road up to the West End. If they just opened cold with none of that in like the Lyric, they'd have closed in 4 months, because not enough people would have known what it was in time, I think. Maybe they wouldn't have. Maybe it would have worked, but they took a very smart path to the West End. I don't know why they wouldn't forge a similar path to Broadway, where they have even more of an uphill battle, I think. I don't know if they're a bit emboldened by the Olivier win and all the good reviews, and they're like, we can do anything now. And I'm like, let's tread carefully. You had a great plan in London. Do the same thing in New York. Where did we get up to? Have you listened to the Great Gatsby soundtrack? I saw it at Paper Mill, and For Her has been stuck in my head since then. Hasn't it, though? Hasn't it? What a song that is. Truly, what a song that is. Daisy. So good. So good. I've seen the show at Paper Mill. I saw it on Broadway. I have listened to the soundtrack, and I have reviewed it for Musicals magazine. And you can read that in, I think, the October issue of Musicals magazine. But I will let you know when that comes out. You can also read my piece about musical theatre fan culture in this month's issue of Musicals magazine. Hello. And you can find me right in the middle here talking about musical theatre fans, including the Operation Mincemeat fans. There you go. Who else do we have here? Are you going to any shows this weekend? I'm going to see A Chorus Line on Saturday at Sadler's Wells, and I'm really excited about it because I saw that production at the Leicester Curve a couple of Christmases ago, and I cried. I sobbed on the front row. I was so overwhelmed by it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, so I'm very excited. I'm seeing 2 shows today, one of which is one of my favorites, and the other of which is one of my least favorites, currently playing in London, and I will let you guess what those might be. I'm going with one because a friend is going to see it for the first time, and I don't think anyone should see that show alone. That's one of my favorite shows, and I'm going to experience it with him and help him navigate it. That's a bit of a clue. And the other one, I booked tickets before I saw it for the first time, and I have negative feelings about this show, but I'm still intrigued to go and give it one last chance because it's ending very soon. What do we have here? Hi from Australia. Hi from Australia, Jackie. Good evening, I think, is what we established earlier. Whereabouts in Australia? I've probably asked you this before. What about Redwood, the new Idina Menzel show? I'm wondering what the music will be like. Yeah, very intrigued, very intrigued. I assume it will have some sort of a slightly like pop rocky edge because that's what people are writing for Idina and have been writing for Idina since Wicked, and that's really where her voice is. And for her to be a part of this project, it's been like shaped around her at this phase of her career. But really all I know about it is Idina Menzel and trees, and I think she plays a lesbian going through a breakup. That is all I know at this stage, but I will be trying to see it. Of course I will. Have you heard any rumors about Hunger Games on stage? I think I've heard where it's going, and it's not a traditional theatre, but I don't remember. And also Game of Thrones is happening, and I get them confused in my head. Like whenever someone talks to me about Hunger Games, I'm thinking about Game of Thrones and vice versa. So I'm the wrong person to ask, basically. Is Aaron James coming to join us?
Hello.
Hello, Aaron. Aaron James is here, everybody.
Oh, where are we?
I can't work it out either. There we go. Aaron has been hard at work with me this morning, helping to coordinate the press release and the on sale for MickeyJoTheatre Live, which if you've joined us in the last few minutes, I will let you know MickeyJoTheatre Live is coming back to London, to the Phoenix Arts Club. We have dates in September, October, and November, and you can get in-person and live stream tickets, and we're very excited about it. We're going to have different performer guests every month. Aaron James will be there. What more do you need? There's a meet and greet ticket package. You can take a photo with me on stage, and we can chat in person. Oh my God, hey, IRL, all that good stuff. How have you been, my love?
It's been a busy morning.
It's been a busy morning. It's been a busy morning. How's everyone doing over here? I'm going to Oliver in Chichester on Saturday, then Starlight on Wednesday. Very fun. Quite a nostalgic day. Bit of a throwback day, but a very fun day. Trains and orphans. That's what that is. How do you feel about the Producers revival? I'm so intrigued. I like the Producers as a show. The artwork makes it look like it could be quite different. And the rumors I'm hearing about the casting are great, but they don't seem to suggest a reinterpretation of the show. So I don't know. Yay, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Looking forward to seeing you at the Phoenix. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it very much. I think I've missed some more. Back up here. Do you think Ariana Grande was the best choice for Glinda in the Wicked film? I had my doubts when she was announced, as other people did.
I didn't, because she was in the original cast of 13 on Broadway.
There you go. Aaron always believed everything.
Her career started on Broadway. Like,
it's true. It's true. But then, like, a lot of people started on the stage and don't necessarily return to that medium well. I won't name names, but we have seen that from some other people. But everything I'm seeing in those trailers and those clips of Ariana and everything I'm hearing from the powers that be, and like Stephen Schwartz just gave an interview about how great she is in it, I'm very encouraged. I think she sounds great. Edinburgh Fringe seems like it's your Olympics. Yes.
It's non-stop. And all of our American friends come in for the first time. And
Yeah.
it's been interesting seeing them, one, plan their fringe, but two, I think they don't know what it's gonna actually be like when they're in the city and learning about the city's structure.
Yeah.
And how hard it is to run the festival nature with all the food and the drinks, etc., but also just the running across the city.
Yeah, just getting around Edinburgh
Those
during the
hills,
Fringe
unforgiving.
is a big part of the adventure.
I saw the thing about Redwood.
Yes.
I'm intrigued. I know there's been a song released, and I've tried to listen to it and been like, it's an interesting vibe.
Is it like Rocky?
It reminds me of If Then a bit.
Sure.
Like, kind of, yeah.
Sure.
It's definitely like, it's Adina.
Yeah.
You kind of know the vibes you're going to get with Adina.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the situation with Sunset Boulevard, Australia? Not beyond what I already said in the video about it. That is kind of the entirety of my thoughts. And I nearly got sued over that video, so I'm not gonna talk about it unless there's anything really substantial to say, and then I'm gonna phrase it really carefully. That's kind of an over dramatization, but
I was going to say you weren't nearly sued.
I nearly
You
went
just
to
nearly
court.
lost the video.
I was no, but I nearly went to court.
No, that would have been if you went.
I know, but I nearly did.
Yeah.
That's so. It's still true. It's still true. Do you think we will ever see the Jamie Lloyd Sunset revival in the UK ever again? Do you know we could? We could, because there is form for things starting here. Like, this is a weird example, but the Lehman trilogy was here, went to Broadway, came back.
I think it'd be a couple of years.
I think if they found the right star.
It's tricky because I think we'll find out with Broadway if it will be a limited run or a long run. And I think that will set a kind of a precedent of whether this is a production that's like a Nicole only as the lead in.
It's also not really. I mean, they could do a cabaret with it and keep rotating huge stars.
Oh, well, I think you'd have to do something where it would be, or just...
It would need to be star-led, but I don't think it's very cheap either.
Oh no, that's screen and the cameras.
All the tech, and
cameras
it's not a small
are
cast.
a lot more expensive than you expect because you've got to be able to run them.
But I could see a version where it came back with like Beverly Knight, or I mean, comment down below who is the star you would like to see in a Sunset Boulevard UK return, assuming it wouldn't necessarily be Nicole, who has been there, done that, won the awards. What else do we have? Australian Evan Hansen got announced today by Woodbridge. Yeah, I saw that. He just graduated from London's Royal Academy of Music.
He's the son of an Aussie Grand Slam tennis player.
So yeah, so he's Australian, but he was training here, and Sean has seen him in shows.
Spring Awakening.
Yeah, Sean just saw him in Spring Awakening at RAM. Did you see the clips of Popular and Defying Gravity from the Mattel dolls? Yes.
You did a TikTok.
Yeah, I did do a TikTok. They sound like the songs. The sound quality coming out of it makes it hard to really get excited about, beyond like, oh my gosh, I'm hearing them singing the songs.
Oh, do you still plan to make a review of the Broadway Great Gatsby?
Yes, I will be reviewing the Broadway Great Gatsby.
I forgot about you talking about that one.
Probably come September. And I know I'm dragging out a lot of these. There's reasons. There's a method to my madness. Stay tuned on that front. But I will be, and I will be reviewing the cast recording in the October issue of Musicals Magazine.
You just reminded me of another show that's on that list.
Of Lempicka? That's more of like a what happened.
Yeah.
Was it this like misunderstood masterpiece, or what was it? That's another one. Yeah, I'm going to do a Lempicka review because I saw it twice, and there's really fascinating conversations to be had about it. Some of them, like someone asked me the other day about Water for Elephants, and I could talk about Water for Elephants. There's not that much interesting to say. I really like it. It's a beautiful show. It looks beautiful. It doesn't have the most compelling score. I could expand on that, but that's kind of my take. It doesn't give way to particularly interesting critical discourse, I don't think. What else do we have here? My guesses are Next to Normal and Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is correct. We are seeing Romeo and Juliet this evening. Can confirm. This will be Aaron's first time seeing it. Not Next to Normal. Something a little more joyous this afternoon for me. Yeah, we're seeing different shows, different matinees. Going to see you live with my grandma. We love your reviews. Thank you so much. Make sure you come and say hello. Specifically, oh my God, hey. Charles, you lived, the Edinburgh Festival is such a fun event. You lived there for 10 years. My goodness. My goodness. Nearly died. When did I say nearly died? Heat? Was I talking about the heat? Probably. Hi from Australia. Thoughts on Tammy Faye with Christian Borle? I think he'll be good. I think it's a shame Andrew Rannells isn't doing it because he was fantastic and it's a very Andrew Rannells kind of a role. But they've just announced Michael Cerveris in the supporting role as Jerry Falwell. And Zubin Vala won the Olivier for that. And I think Michael Cerveris is going to be a standout. I think him and Katie Braben are going to be and Christian will also be great, I think. But they're going to be the talked about performances. And I think they're both going to get Tony nominations. I've said it now. What's your star rating on Wicked? I think Wicked's a 4 or a 5 star show. I've never really thought about Wicked critically because I just kind of grew up with it and it's always been Wicked. It's sort of hard to appraise. But every time I go back to it, I do appreciate Wicked. And I think it's easy to not give it the 5 just because like it's been around forever. But I think had I seen Wicked and reviewed it like on its opening night when it originally opened, that would have been an immediate 5-star show. Yeah. I think Wicked's a 5. 5 green stars. Since there are so many Aussies on right now, any plans to come down under? I am desperate to. I am desperate to come to Australia and see a bunch of theatre. You do not have to ask me twice. What were your thoughts on Lempicka? Far too many to say outside of like a 45-minute video. There is so much to say about that show. There are so many conflicting. I think there's so much good in there. There's so much other stuff in there.
Which show?
Lempicka.
Oh yeah.
It's so much to unpack. Are you going to release a video on the differences between the new and old Les Mis since you've seen the updated version? I want to see it one more time, and then I will. Is my plan. And Ellie, Ellie thought I was in Australia when I was in Canada. So when Erin and I flew to Canada, and I was like teasing on socials, like, we're on our plane number 3. Where are we going now? And bless you, one person thought I was going to Plymouth, which if I'm taking 3 planes to go to Plymouth, something's gone very wrong. But Ellie was convinced I was in Australia the entire time and still possibly believes that I am. Live, laugh, love, Les Mis. Fiddler on the Roof trip soon. I'm away for its official opening night. Erin and I, we nearly went this week, but I think we're going to go like late summer vibe, take a little picnic. Late August, when we get back from the Edinburgh Fringe. This is my problem, is the Edinburgh Fringe happens every August, and I'm always going to want to be there, and I'm going for 2 weeks this year. I'm doing a substantial amount of it, and so I have to catch up on stuff when we get back. It's like when we go to New York and we have to catch up on stuff, like we missed Two Strangers opening back in April, we missed Slave Play and Your Lie in April this month, so those are the shows we have to catch up on when we get back. I think I skipped over some questions earlier, or maybe I didn't. Are you seeing Oliver? Not in Chichester. I'm going to wait for it to come to London. A similar thing with like Devil Wears Prada. Although I think it has been reviewed in Chichester. I think I would have been allowed to go and see it there. Did you ever comment on Joe Locke and Sweeney Todd? I don't think I've seen any commentary from musical theatre people. I was going to and then I didn't, but I thought he was great. I really enjoyed his performance. Really, the vocals really surprised me, and now I need him to do 10 more musicals because he is terrific. Oh, do you know, if Next to Normal was running, if it wasn't a limited run in the West End and Next to Normal was running long enough that it was going to do a cast change, he would be a great replacement for Gabe, for Jack Wolf. That would be great. Honestly, or Jack Wolf could just do it forever because he is perfect and fantastic. It's a green screen. Yes, nothing behind me is real. Pay no attention to the wall behind the man behind the curtain. What is your least favorite show? I don't know. And it's nothing. Oh, maybe I do know. I was about to say it's nothing juicy that you've heard of. So excluding fringe shows, which are like very early stage and developmental, and the least favorites have been things that are just like heavily improvised and haphazardly thrown together. The most like polished in terms of a show that is loved by many people and has been in the West End and has been on Broadway and has toured and is a recognizable name and is one of the big shows that is my least favorite. It's probably Jersey Boys. And I can do a video about that if you want, about why I dislike Jersey Boys so much. And I can defend that position. And I've been meaning to for upwards of a year, but you know, I don't like to sit down and be like, this is why I hate this. Or at least I don't like to do that too often, but that's probably the answer. What else do we have here? Are you seeing a chorus line? I'm seeing it on Saturday. I'm seeing it on Saturday. Oh, was it opening night in Sadler's Wells yesterday? I'm seeing it on Saturday, and hopefully that means I can do a review video. Yes, Joe. That is correct. I wasn't sure whenabouts it was starting in London and what, because I'm going in a slightly different way. Because ordinarily I would be invited by a PR team to go and review, and my invitation to go and see the show has come through a slightly different channel this time, so I just need to check. But odds are I will still be reviewing it, yes. Are you going to see the new Heathers tour? I would like to, because I'd like to see Esme and the cast. So need to figure out where it's going to come to near me. There's a bunch of different regional theatres that I can go to sort of all across the south and the southwest and the southeast and the south middle. So hopefully, probably, yes. Cable Street return trip. I've heard from cast that it's getting trimmed down and some edits to the script. I would like to see that. I would be very intrigued because I thought it needed that. There's some really good in there. There was a lot, there was stuff in the way. So, yeah, I think I ought to return to Cable Street. I should return to Cable Street. Ellie hates Blood Brothers. Ellie hates Blood Brothers. Ellie, why do you hate the working class? Wow. Wow. Everything else she studied in school, she really likes, but Blood Brothers is the exception. There you go. There you go. What else? What else do we have? I am working class, so am I know. Are you seeing Anne Juliet on tour? Yes. Yes. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I will. That sounded like a threat, didn't it? I will. Any tips for young reviewers? So many. And I'm about to do, not to tease everything as an upcoming video, but I am about to do a video that's called, I think I'm probably going to do like what not to do when you're reviewing, because these are kind of like lessons you learn, but no one really tells you. There's a lot that nobody tells you about how to be a theatre critic. But lots of tips for young reviewers. Bring yourself to it. It's a combination of trying to build a professional relationship to the art and to the show and to the material, and working out how to watch stuff with a critical eye and how to engage with shows critically. And that's different to just enjoying it and seeing it and kind of like being entertained by the thing. It's like interrogating the piece and asking it questions and appraising it. It's like, why does that work? Would that work better in a different context? What is this moment meant to be? Is this meant to be funny? Should there be more laughs here? How is this audience around me responding? What kind of atmosphere is this show cultivating? Ought this show be doing something that it's not doing? And then also considering all of the elements of play as well. How does the set design serve this moment? How does the lighting design serve this moment? Considering the performances and how cohesive they are, and like also the emotional response that it triggers in you. So it's a combination of doing all of that and also keeping yourself in it and not trying to make it too impersonal. This is something that I think this is something I wish reviewers, especially early career reviewers, didn't do as much, which is to try and just separate themselves from it completely. And also, I think people feel as though they need to talk as if they know everything, and you don't. And by that, I mean, if you haven't seen this show before, if you haven't seen the last 3 revivals, you don't need to say like this is a definitive production and like this is like how the show is always received, and like you can come from a place of honesty and authenticity and say like this is my first experience of this show, even though it's been produced these other times. This is how I responded to it. These are the reasons why I responded to it in this way. Like there's a line of like, don't make it too personal. But the most interesting reviews, I think, are the ones where you can understand why it resonated with that individual, where you bring at least a little bit of personality to it. I also think you don't need to use a certain type of language or sound a certain type of way. Sound like yourself. That's my opinion anyway. And if you want to use video, use video. If you want to do TikToks, use TikToks. Use whatever medium works for you. Charles says, unfortunately, as Your Lie in April is closing early, I'm not able to see it before it closes. I had a ticket for the 17th of August, a week after. I remember you telling me, yeah, you don't have time to fit it in beforehand. Very, very sad. That is a shame. So I'm seeing Kathy and Stella solves a murder on the day I was due to see it. Well, I hope you enjoy. That's a terrific show and a very fun show, and I'm glad you're getting to see that. Yeah, Tim, I agree. Yeah, very much like find your own style in reviewing. Ellie says, be open and honest with your worldview and your natural bias. Sure. Yeah. I'm so excited for Anne Juliet. I found out about the show the day it closed in the West End. Oh no, so you finally get to see it live. Well, I hope you enjoy. Liam's going to go see it at the Wolverhampton Grand. Love the Wolverhampton Grand, although it's always very warm, I will say. That is a warm building. I'll go in the winter because then it'll be nice. Right now, it would kill me. Not a fan of Joseph. Controversial. I grew up with Joseph and Cats, so there are productions, as I've said on here, that I like of those shows less. Joseph specifically, but nothing could ever make me hate either of them because there's too much nostalgia. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of messages on my phone. Blimey crikey. Oh, I will reply to those momentarily. Will you be going to see Dean Chisnall's return to the West End in Phantom? Yes, he's fantastic. And so very much. Very, very much. If anyone has any burning final questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I need to get ready and go and meet my friends in London and go and see some shows. And I'm very excited. But as a final reminder, MickeyJoTheatre Live is coming back to London. If you want to come and meet me in person, if you want to come and ask your questions at the in-person Q&A, if you want to see me interviewing West End stars, if you want to see me singing a little bit, some brand new musical theatre songs from some new musical theatre writers, exciting West End guests to be announced, live stream tickets. We are on at the Phoenix Arts Club every month from September is the plan, but we have dates currently booked that you can get tickets for September 22nd, October 20th, and November 17th. And that October one is Musical Con weekend. So you can do Musical Con and then come straight to the Phoenix Arts Club and come and see MickeyJoTheatre live. There you go. What show are you seeing for the matinee? Oh, I never told you. I'm seeing Guys and Dolls. So I'm going to be at the start. So if anyone happens to be seeing Guys and Dolls today for the matinee, come say hi. If anyone's seeing Romeo and Juliet this evening, come say hi. But yeah, there you go. So thank you so much. I'll probably say goodbye now and go get ready for those shows. But it's been lovely chatting to you all. If anyone's got any other questions I didn't get round to, feel free to put them in a comment. Feel free to message me on socials, email me. Otherwise, have a lovely stagey day, everybody. Thank you for joining me to celebrate this exciting news. And if you get tickets to come see any of those shows, let me know and I will maybe see you there. How exciting, how wild. In the meantime, hope that everyone is staying safe and you have a stagey day. Bye-bye. How do I end it? There we go. Have fun at the theatre. I will. Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.